This is Real Madrid, the most decorated club in footballing history. How did they become the most decorated club in the world? Well, grab your kits and join us as we take a trip through time to find out. Dive into the history of some of the biggest clubs in world football. So if there's a club you want us to cover first, let us know in the comments. This is part 1, the birth of a giant. Back in 1902, two businessmen, Julian Palacios and the brothers, wanted to set up a football club in the capital of Spain. They pooled together 36 pesetas to register the club, and it was officially born on March the 6th that year. They played their first match in the autumn of 1902 and were soon dominating regional competitions. After gaining promotion to the top flight in 1905, the club's name was changed to Madrid Football Club in 1912, after being granted the royal title by King Alfonso XIII. This was a huge honor, and could only be bestowed by the king at the time. The club became known as Los Merengues, or the Royals. After a few years of consolidation, the club had a major falling out which resulted in a split. A group of players broke away and formed a new club, Atletico Madrid. The two Madrid clubs have been fierce rivals ever since. During the 1930s, the club began to grow in popularity. However, the Spanish Civil War interrupted the football and calendar. It wasn't until 1945 that the club's fortunes turned around when Santiago became club president. This takes us to part 2. The Era was a visionary who revolutionized the club. He built a brand new stadium, improved training facilities, and set about making Real Madrid a global brand. His first major signing was legendary striker Telmo Brett. Real Madrid won their first ever La Liga title in 1954. 2 years later, they made history by becoming the first ever European champions by winning the inaugural European Cup. Puskas, Di Stefano, and Gento were among a star-studded lineup. They went on to dominate the competition, winning 5 titles in 6 years. Madrid also won 3 consecutive Latin Cups between 1957 and 1960, a tournament featuring top teams from around the world. Part 3, the transition years. After their European golden age, Real Madrid remained dominant in Spain, winning 14 league titles over the next 20 years. However, they struggled to replicate their success in Europe. In the 1980s, the team known as La Quinta del Buitre, featuring Emilio Butragueño, lit up La Liga. The club also enjoyed success in Europe, winning 2 UEFA Cups in 1985 and 1986, but the Champions League continued to elude them. Part 4, the Galacticos at the turn of the century. Florentino Perez returned to the club as president and initiated the most expensive transfer spree in history at the time. Figo, Zidane, Ronaldo, and Beckham all arrived at the Santiago Bernabeu. In 2002, Real Madrid reached the Champions League final, where they faced Bayer Leverkusen. It was an all-star affair, with Zidane scoring one of the greatest goals in the competition's history. Real Madrid were back on top of the world. Unfortunately, the club's poor domestic form saw them finish the season triples, but a return to the summit of European football was a good place to start for the Galacticos. Part 5, the Cristiano Ronaldo era. In 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Real Madrid from Manchester United in what was then a world record transfer. He would go on to score over 400 goals for the club. However, it was under Zinedine Zidane as manager that Real Madrid entered another golden age. They won 4 Champions League titles in 5 years. In 2014, 2016, 2017, and 2018. Gareth Bale and Sergio Ramos were also key during this period, as Real Madrid became the most successful team in Champions League history. Ronaldo finished his Madrid career as the club's all-time top scorer with 451 goals, before leaving to join Juventus in 2018. Part 6, the rebuild. After Ronaldo's departure, Real Madrid underwent a period of transition. They signed young stars including Junior, Rodrigo Goes, and Fede Valverde. They also appointed former player Zinedine as manager for a second time. However, they failed to win any major trophies in Zidane's second spell. In 2021, Carlo Ancelotti returned to the club for a second stint as manager. In his first season, he led them to the title and they became the first club to win every major trophy at least twice. Real Madrid are now managed by the legendary Iker Casillas, who will lead them into the future. Part 7, records and achievements. Real Madrid is the most successful football club in history. No other team has left such a mark on Europe. We'll use this animated chart throughout the series so you can easily see how each team ranks in terms of the major trophies. You can see Real Madrid sitting pretty at the top. Let's look at some of their achievements in more detail. Real Madrid have won a record 15 UEFA Champions League titles, a record 36 La Liga titles, and a record 20 Copa del Rey titles. They've also won 13 Supercopa de España titles, 5 FIFA Club World Cup titles, and a joint record 6 UEFA Super Cup titles. So there you have it, the history of Real Madrid in 100 seconds. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on the next chapters in our time capsule series. And why not check out some of our other videos while you're at it. Thanks for watching. See you soon, ChronoFoot.